Hey traders! Do you like to learn a perfect strategy from a perfect trader? You have just arrived at the correct video. Thanks for the Trading Geek for this wonderful strategy. This is a trendline break strategy with 100% profits guaranteed. So let's hop in.
I can guarantee you that you have never seen this trendline break strategy that I'm about to show you. If you can master this strategy, it will change the way that you trade forever. The first step is to draw a trend line, right? Obviously, in an uptrend just like this, you want to connect all the higher lows with your trend line too. In a downtrend, you want to connect all the lower highs with your trend line. Make sure you try to get as many touches as you can, because for a trend line to be valid, the price has to touch it at least 3 times. It is not enough to draw a trend line if price has only touched it 2 times. Remember, the more times the price touches the trend line, the stronger it is. It's just like your support and resistance. So the second step is to wait for your trend line break. Remember, this is the magical trend line break strategy. So of course, we're going to be waiting for the price to break out of this trend line. So right here, we still wait to see what price does. Price is starting to break through the trend line, but we still wait and see. And at this point of time, this is when price has finally broke out of the trend line right here. But you do not want to enter yet. Most beginner traders, they will enter for a sell right here immediately when price breaks through the trend line and end up price went back up and it's a fake out and they lose a lot of money. So please do not commit this mistake. Do not enter yet. Be patient. Instead of entering for the trade right here, I want you to take out your rectangle tool and highlight this candle right here, the candle that broke out of trend line, which is this one right here. And what I want you to do is to just like to draw a box and just like drag it to the right side like this. Just drag it. So the third step is to enter and exit like a pro. So you want to wait for price to come back to the candle that broke out of the trend line. So at this point of time, let's see what happens next. You can see price has finally came back up to this candle where it just broke out the trend line. Just retrace all the way up here. At this point of time, remember, you still want to be patient. You do not want to enter immediately when price come back to this area here. You want to look for some sort of confirmation that tell you that price is rejecting this rectangle area. Then that is when you enter for the trade. So let's look at the next candle. Next candle, you can see like price is just rejecting this entire rectangular area. You can see price gave us 3 long wick candles, not 3 actually, 4 long wick candles, which show us that price does not want to go up, right? This is a valid retest, right? Retested the trend line, very valid. So we can enter right here for sell position. Once we see our confirmation that price is just rejecting this rectangular area. So I will place my stop loss above the candle that broke out of the trend line, which is this candle right here, and I'll just place it above this box like this. For your take profit, this is where the magic happens. This is a very important concept that you must understand, because this is the secret to my entire trend line strategy. I want you to zoom out and draw a line at all the times where price touches the trend line. Right here, and right here, and right here, and also right here and right here. As you can see, these are all the times where price touches the trend line and then bounces up from the trend line. So these will be our take profit levels. Let me explain. Actually, this is like too much lines. So in this case, let's just delete these 2 right here and let's stick with these 3 lines. So I'm gonna name these 3 lines. This is point A, this is point B, and this is point C. Your first take profit should be at point C, and then if price break through point C, then your second take profit can be at point B. Here's how this strategy works. In this case, what you can do is that you can either take all of your profits at point C right here, just when price reaches point C, you just close the entire trade and you take all your profits. But if you want to leave the trade to run so that you can get more profits, what you can do is to take partial profits, which means when price reaches point C, you close half of the trade, you close 50% of the trade. So you let the other 50% of the trade, the other half, run to your point B. And then when price reaches point B, then that is when you can close the entire trade. Right now, this is where the magic happens. Price is going to reach point C, and then it's going to reach point B next. and then finally it's gonna go down to point A. Yup, so in this case, I'll just take my first profit at point C first. So let's look at what happens next. Price go down, we just wait, and smash our take profit. You can see at this point of time, we have smashed our first take profits, right? So at this point of time, we have closed half of the trade. Now we have the other half to run, right? We have the other half to run to our point B. So you can just see like price just broke out of point C and now it might go to point B. So I'll just shift my take profit all the way down to point B right here. And let's look at what happens next. You can see like price retrace up there again. We still did not get stopped out. Bam! We just smashed our point B, we just smashed our second take profit, and at this point of time, we have closed the entire trade. By the way guys, I'm just showing you this example on the daily time frame, alright? So this trade literally takes months to go into take profit. But please, this is not how I trade, alright? I'm going to be using 1 hour time frame for this strategy or even the 4 hour time frame. I'm not going to be trading on the daily time frame. I'm just using the daily time frame to show you guys as an example, because on the daily time frame, the charts is just much more cleaner for me to show you guys. But please trade this strategy on the time frames that you want to trade on, be it the 15 minute, the 1 hour, or the 4 hour. This strategy works on every single time frame. So right now you can see that price has just broken point B, but I want you to look at where price goes next. Point A. Just like how we predicted, price went down to point A right here. So right now price has just broken through point A. Guess where is it gonna go next? Right here at this point, because at this point price bounces off our original trend line, and then after price break through this point, it's gonna come down to this point. Just take a look at this. Just like what we predicted guys, price went all the way down to this level, and ultimately there is no 100% certainty that price is gonna get down to this level right here, the first trend line bounce, because this is quite low. Sometimes price can go to either one of these points and then just reverse, right? Like there is no 100% certainty that price is gonna go down all the way down to like the first trend line bounce, alright? That is why I tell you guys to take your first profit at point C and then second take profit at point B, because once again, there is no guarantee that price is gonna get all the way down to this first trend line bounce.